I'm here in Acuna, Mexico. This has now become an international transit point. Everyone around the world knows that if they want into the United States of America, they come here and they walk across the border. What you can see here, these are all of this is just one pile. There are tons of piles which you can see all over of people who come right here and they dump their documents. This is a family that was living in Brazil, two Haitian parents, two kids that were born in Brazil. They made it up here to Acuna, Mexico. They're now in the United States of America. All of these IDs are people from all over the world. This is a Cuban woman who is living in Argentina. This is from Brazil, another Cuban woman who is living in Uruguay. These are all IDs. All Haitians who are living in Chile, who dumped their IDs, came over in a big group. We have passports from Colombia. You've got some Mexican documents. And one of the things that I want to show you, which is really, really important, really big news, is that you also have Middle Easterners who are coming over to cross into the United States of America. Okay, Aya Muhammad Ali came across, was in Egypt. You've got Julius Ngune, who is in the United Arab Emirates. Now, any particular person who's coming across from Egypt, from the UAE, we obviously don't know what their story is, but what is clear to see, and we've seen throughout the day, is that people just walk down this trail and they literally walk over into the United States of America. As soon as they get across, they are picked up by Customs and Border Patrol, who essentially now act as Uber for the cartels. All right, guys, as you can see, people are just crossing the border very easily. They come over here. And they literally just start walking across the border. Now, this is an international transit point. Here's another thing that's really important to understand. Joe Biden has become the largest human trafficker and child trafficker in the world. This is wrong on so many levels. It is also a humanitarian tragedy, and that some of the most vulnerable children in the world are being used and abused because Joe Biden is supporting child trafficking. What they know, everyone knows when they cross the border, they believe that they're going to have an easier time if they bring a child across. We're talking to a Border Patrol agent who told us that there was one kid who they know had been trafficked 17 times across the border. Children are being sold to people who cross the border. They get dropped off, they get sent back, and they get used again. This is a humanitarian tragedy, and Joe Biden has created it. All right, guys, what you're seeing right here is an example of what is happening thousands of times a day across the United States. This is a family. They got dropped off by a taxi right at the border. They walked down, and right now they're crossing into the United States of America. And because of Joe Biden's policies, what they know is that the minute that they get across, they're actually going to be picked up by Customs and Border Patrol. They're going to be taken to an airport and flown into the United States of America. So what's happening right now in Acuna, Mexico, and all across the border is that migrants are coming. They're destroying, they're purposefully throwing away any kind of documents that they have, any kind of IDs that they have. They're throwing them on the ground as they cross. And as you saw, they walked up here to the river and they were across in the United States of America in 90 seconds. By contrast, we were talking today to an American citizen who's married to a Mexican national who applied for her to come to become a resident. He's been waiting, and they've been waiting for 3 years trying to do it right. He's an American citizen, his kids are American citizens, but his wife is not allowed into the United States. They're trying to do it legally. They've spent thousands of dollars and years waiting. Meanwhile, Joe Biden allows hundreds of thousands of people to cross illegally in 90 seconds.